Okay, I'm redoing my video, and it's not because of the siren, which was it. I just changed my sheets, man. It's like he thinks he might throw up, so he goes on my brand new sheets. Come on, don't make me stop a second video. Go on the ground, you know this. Anyways, I'm pretty upset today. That kind of made me laugh. No, well, it's just that CBC Radio. Okay, it's June 5th today. And it's past 9, and Matt Galloway, I believe, was interviewing a guy. And I'm not sure if this guy was DEI Canada. I hope not, because that website's pretty crappy. But there's another one here called the Canadian Centre for Diversity and Inclusion. And the team is huge. And the team has a lot of flavor in the colors of the skin, which I don't have a problem with. It's fun. There's a lot of ethnicities of origin, facial features that are different, but the thing is what I'd want to look at is their resumes and interview them properly and ask them if they want to do a reasonable probation period for these things, based on their resume if they're hired. So even on the website Canadian Centre for Diversity and Inclusion, if that's the one that the guy was with that got interviewed, because I disagreed with a lot of things he said, the big thing I disagreed with is merit. People getting a job based on merit didn't exist before DEI or in my lifespan, and doesn't exist during, and it won't exist after, and that's the issue. For example, Matt Galloway is missing the point of what life skills are again, because one thing they mention is taking training, let's say, on this topic when they hire somebody, or people that have already been hired, but the company puts in their mandate for DEI to kind of train people. But they're not training people in life skills, so they can get to learn to know each other, right? And know each other in a way that really they form strong bonds. And that guy being interviewed, it's sad because he keeps making the point of capitalism. Oh yeah, businesses will do better for profit if they do this. They can't be just doing it because they feel pressured, but they resist really, or whatever. And the lawyer lady, she didn't say it that way, but if it's in a lawyer's office, I tell you, there's due diligence that whoever you hire has to do. Otherwise, you're in trouble if you hire people just to meet quotas of skin color, or that part of the world, or that religion. Well, first of all, religion is unless you're hiring in a church, it shouldn't be a selling point anywhere, right? It's like, oh boy, okay, you're religious and you're okay to keep this at home, because at work it's like, this is not a church. This is like, a school. It's meant for education. It's meant for medical health, mental health. This is a lawyer's office. It's meant for the legal system. This is this is that. So, I don't know how you define this, and I could go on Canada's description of it, but I can tell you that it doesn't include merit. And I can tell you, I know people recently who get hired for jobs with the federal government who, it's who they knew that allowed them to get the job. It's not, there was a process with merit, okay? But the thing that pisses me off the most, and this could be a work industries where I mentioned Matt Galloway, is that as the elusive Homo sapien who wants to be transparent with my work ethics, is that something that's never part of inclusion. Because I could put this in every cover letter for a job, or on my resume, is I expect as an Homo sapien. And then they're going to say, oh, we're all Homo sapiens. Oh my God. No. If you claim to be an Homo sapien, that means you claim to be evaluated as a people primate based on your behaviors. And your behaviors will show very quickly, either by not giving me the job, or when I have the job. And I'm thinking of all the education places I worked in for the last 5-10 years, is yes, no, you don't do well with an Homo sapien. And yet that would bring the concept of merit to the forefront. I'm not a generic sheep, because you're all generic sheep more and more. It doesn't matter what skin color or religion you are. It's about work ethics and merit, who deserves the job, who's willing to be transparent during the probation period. And who during the interview shows signs of more confidence than the interviewing person, interviewee, interviewer. So the interviewer, most of my last interviews, some projected a confidence, but you can see was on shaky ground when they saw the levels of my confidence. And yet I wasn't there for that kind of competition. But based on merit, right there, they should be impressed. Nobody ever said your levels of confidence. I even mentioned it. They're off the charts. I mean, how could they be if they were, built on a house of cards? No way. Like that's noticeable, right? Especially in the presence of another competent person. That house of cards crumbles. Mine doesn't, right? And it doesn't because I've more and more, as the elusive Homo sapien, wanted to be evaluated not by the image I project, but the actual behaviors I choose and can demonstrate and role model. And that is not included in any work industries anymore. So that's what should be mentioned. What should be mentioned is not sensitivity training. It's life skills training so that we don't even see colors anymore. We just see somebody we want to get to know because they have probably variety in their stories. But we don't talk about this because we think we already have life skills as people primates when actually we never really reach high ones and they're actually going down now. So again, quality of work and a business, if you want to include capitalism, again, quality of work in the long term is what creates success in the long term for a business. Even at the level of maybe international, even if just creating a very well-defined template for others to emulate and that you're just oversight for them after. You don't have to, open offices everywhere around the world, but you demonstrate this quality, which is so outside of the norm that why is it not included in inclusion? And why am I penalized for it when I'm discussing it with you now or I bring it up? You guys just don't want quality in what you do. So again, what were the intentions of DEI? Why did it exclude merit and quality of work? And why isn't it planned the right way when it comes to making people sensitive to that concept of diversity? It should be, again, about quality. Who deserves this? And how about hiring sometimes for a full-time job 2 part-time people? And you don't make them compete with each other. You just say, are you okay if it's part-time? Are you okay if you don't become full-time? Are you okay if you're not the one chosen for full-time? Because it could be that, this, and it's not really competition or capitalism. It's more like show us your best like you describe yourself in your job interview. And if it turns out both part-time candidates are appreciated for doing their best and who they are, and the employer says, I don't know who to choose full-time, then maybe they could both stay part-time because they probably will work well together. They probably will be so satisfied at work, they'll just change their budgets instead of looking for more hours of work somewhere else. And if they go somewhere else, they won't accept to be hired at a place where they're not appreciated for their high standards if they met these standards here. This is cultural repair. Is this kind of stuff mentioned in DEI? Is Matt Galloway capable of thinking in this way? Or when he wants to talk about something, he puts in, okay, who should I kind of interview from, hey, what's the websites, who can I reach will respond in time for that topic?